Hello everyone, it's a beautiful Monday on Your View. Welcome to the show. I'm Mariah Afolabi Brown as always. I never do this alone. I have the ladies in the building.
Yo.
Excellent. Hi Topsy-Tops, how are you?
I'm very good.
I like the cold shoulder thing you're doing this morning.
My stylist people, they're trying to make me look.
And your hair is amazing.
I just woke up with this style in my hair, like I want to do something like this and,
Really
work.
nice, really nice.
I'm exploring my creativity with my
Glad you are.
hair.
So how was your weekend?
My weekend was pretty boring, very laid back, just busy playing mommy duty at home. I was supposed to actually be in Dubai Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday this week.
What's happening?
There's a conference, it's a beauty world conference. You're having like 1,700 exhibitors and all of that. And I was praying, like I believed it in my heart that there's a business deal I'm supposed to go and do there. But I didn't get the money until Monday last week, and when I was checking for tickets, there was no business, there was no economy. It was either business class, and it was very expensive. And I was now praying that God, you only give me ideas you are ready to execute. So it was pretty strange to see that. And I had this privilege mindset, like, God, whatever Tokwe says, God always backs it up, This one, after all the prayer, yesterday, I was still saying, miracle. My husband said, don't worry, miracle can stay up. I'm sure it was just easy, but it didn't. And it just makes me realize that sometimes we passionately want something. If God doesn't want it,
then it doesn't come.
So, but your own will definitely come.
Yes, I'm sure about it. So.
First class.
Hi Nima, how was your weekend?
A very long weekend.
Again.
Started on Thursday, so we stayed home. It's been raining hell in Ojo and Muodofi axis of Lagos, and it's very flooded. And it's terrible how the roads have become. It made me wonder how a governor signs awards a road and withdraws funds, and now the road is worse than it was when he visited. So the Irede Road was visited by Governor Akinwumi Ambode in 2016, and we're all excited. But now the roads are worse than they were because it was abandoned. I couldn't drive home. I took a bike. If you saw me this morning, I was splashed all over with mud. I had to park my car at a filling station on the express.
Whoa.
Bike home. That's the reality. I'm scared that school resumes
with
that state of road. So the chairperson, Oriade LCDA, please help us. It's terrible how we're surviving in that area. I thank God I had taken my car out on Friday to my parents, and I was able to leave it there, and then someone brought it through the Okota.
But many other people don't have that same opportunity and they're struggling.
Yeah, my husband couldn't. We have cars in the house. My husband couldn't drive out. It's terrible.
Really sad.
That area, I always say it's like we do not have government. We don't feel government. We don't, except when it's time to recoup taxes at the trade fair. We don't see government. We don't feel government. It's terrible.
I mean, that's one of the reasons why you're on the show. At least you're a voice for that community. So it's important that you keep talking about it, and hopefully they can do something about that. How are you doing? How was your own weekend?
My weekend was a restful one. I was just home bonding with the kids. I was away for about 2 weeks. So when I got home, everyone, mommy. So I was home. I didn't.
You're with grandma, right?
Yeah, they were with grandma. They've added weight. They were looking so fresh. They did not even miss me. And I was like, these children, are you sure they will not forget me very soon? I better stop leaving them. So we just bonded. Then we started looking for fuel. All the filling stations were not selling. My car is like on the last drop. There's nothing in my car. I had to take a taxi to work this morning.
Really annoying.
I don't know why all the filling stations are shut down. They're hoarding fuel.
We have departments in the country that their job is to check if you have fuel, you should
you
sell.
refuse to sell.
So what are they doing? Because most of these filling stations actually have, and they are waiting to see the announcement. They want them to announce that the price has gone up so that they can now sell and make a killing.
Yeah.
I mean, there was a fantastic hangout my husband was supposed to go yesterday, and he was really looking forward to it. The boys, they planned something. He didn't have fuel. We didn't realize all the cars were fuelless until we went outside looking for fuel. We didn't have fuel. He didn't go. No, we didn't get fuel. So he had to just stay back. I think maybe this one he was just going to look out. The car started jerking, so I had to drive me back home. But yeah, Friday was my mom's old-time friend's birthday. We went to hang out with her, Mrs. Adegoroye. She was 70 on Friday, and it was nice, really nice.
My mother-in-law's birthday was on Friday, and I forgot to give her a shout out.
You did well on social media.
Yes, I forgot when I got. You didn't say anything about mommy. You didn't say, I said I forgot. I'm sorry. Happy birthday, mommy. I celebrated her yesterday anyway.
Fantastic. All right, let's go on a quick break. There's a lot to do today. We're going to go on a break. When we come back, we'll go through the front pages of the newspaper. Stay with us. We'll be right back. Yes, we're going to start with The Nation. APC clears Lawan, others to consult PDP colleagues. Picture here, Tiger Woods, after winning the Masters at Augusta, United States, 11 years after his last major victory. Revealed, 23 Nigerians on death row. Saudi Arabia defends its legal system. Government World Bank discuss $1 billion power sector loan. Palm Sunday, clerics counsel Christians. And Bring Back Our Girls accuses government of abandoning girls. Let's start with this.
Tiger Woods.
Let's start with the 23 Nigerians on death row.
Yes, so the ambassador of the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia, Mahmoud Bostaji, is pretty much defending the legal system, saying that they work based on transparency, fairness, and justice, and that they do not carry out any execution without proper evidence. He's also said that we have about 1.5 million Nigerians living in Saudi Arabia who are moving about doing their businesses, and they are not being molested. That we still have good Nigerians. It doesn't mean that there's no good relationship between the two countries, but that we should ensure that we curb the smuggling from our end.
So I'd like him to investigate cases of abuse of Nigerians, and the videos surface every time online of Nigerians who work not as professionals in the country, because he's talking about the professionals, of course. I have friends there who do professional work, and they say, yeah, the working benefits is fine and living benefits is fine as well. But the Nigerians who work as helps and maids over there are seriously being abused.
Are they there legally?
That's another thing.
Whether or not they are there legally, they are there. So they are illegal immigrants in other countries as well. They don't get this abuse.
Shouldn't be abused. And
to the point of killed or maimed or burnt alive, all those kind of cases that we have from those countries should be investigated.
Okay, so we're supposed to have the special advisor to the president on diaspora affairs, Adegoroye. Unfortunately, she couldn't make it, but she has promised that she'll be around over the weekend, and she'll come hopefully sometime next week.
Can I
so we can have that conversation
now?
Who's your uncle?
Tiger Woods.
Okay.
Okay, yeah, Tiger Woods.
So the story really motivates me. I've been following Tiger Woods for a long time, and I know that most people, when they lose track in sports, they tend to just derail. And I'm so happy that 11 years after, he won the Masters, which is for me a big deal because he didn't give up. I think that in everything we face, I just feel that motivation that we should just not give up, whatever it is. So I'm happy for him.
Great.
And I'm happy for every fan of Tiger Woods worldwide.
Yeah.
Cool
it is
stuff.
something worth celebrating.
So I was going to mention the fact that the government and the World Bank are discussing a possible $1 billion power sector loan. It's supposed to be a performance-based loan for the power sector. So that should hopefully help us continue to get the proper power developments that we expect in Nigeria. Let's move on now to Daily Sun. No plan to remove fuel subsidy, says federal government. Northern elders slam Buhari over insecurity. New Senate President Lawan gets APC nod to consult PDP senators. Excuse me. I'll keep my promise to bring back Chibok girls, says Buhari. And FG slashes tuition fees for unity schools. As Adegoroye killing, police arrest 5 and declare inspector wanted. Okay, let's talk about the removal of subsidy.
Yes,
yes, Neema.
So, following the IMF's advice to remove subsidy and the agreement or subtle agreement by the Minister for Finance, the Nigerians started to panic, even though she has come back out to say that they are not going to immediately remove subsidy without putting in measures to curb, the hardship it would cause, and that, the federal government had no plans to remove it. And then the Minister of State for Petroleum, Adegoroye, has said that NNPC has the capacity for over 28 days capacity to buffer, fuel hardship. We don't have a situation of fuel scarcity in Nigeria, and we shouldn't have fuel scarcity. Filling stations are locking gates.
Yeah. You keep hearing that.
Queues are happening. On Saturday morning last week, Sherry Road already, the filling stations there,
all of them.
There was serious panic buying, queues and everything. People were already rushing around. And the same is around when you come in.
And it seems as if the owners are just holding fuel. Because they are hoping that maybe they will say...
So what is the punishment for those holding fuel?
If
Adegoroye is saying we have 28-day capacity, so the fact that we are having scarcity right now means that somebody is lying somewhere and trying to profiteer from it.
There's a task force in charge of this.
Yes.
And what we expect is, of course, that they should check so that this hardship would reduce, filling stations that have fuel. People should not be your own
And if
brothers
care is not
anymore.
taken, we'll have a lot of fire
Self-care
outbreaks because people will buy enough fuel
People
in
are
markets
ordering
and
people
put in
are
their
ordering
compounds.
fuel and keep, because whether you buy 25 gallons or you buy 100 gallons, it will finish.
But you
will
still need fuel for your
outside.
generator.
All right, there was a story I wanted to take. Unity schools, federal government, big announcement from 70,000 to 65,000 naira.
5,000
Wow, 5,000 naira difference.
That's fine.
Huge difference. So the federal government has reduced the price for tuition for Unity, so that's 104 of them, of those colleges. Let's move on to the Punch. 8.7 trillion naira pension fund. Pencoms bars PFAs from investing in bonds issued by 9 states. Ambode Commissioner, septuagenarian, also battle for choice land. Jukun Group blames Taraba killings on government and inaction and impunity. Picture here of Palm Sunday ongoing, actually on Sunday, actually. Zamfara airstrikes, we're compiling dead civilians' names. Emir's reply, NAF. Cultists on rampage in Lagos behead 2 and kill 3 others. The 9th National Assembly used 2011 rule book for voting, Enang tells lawmakers. Let's talk about this death, the people that died first, the cultists in Lagos.
Yes, so this happened in Ibrahim Adesoyan, that's around just before Aja, that area there. So they said, according to an eyewitness, that around, I think it was around 1 a.m., they heard that a lot of the rival gangs were fighting and killing each other.
Confraternity.
Before they woke up that morning, they had 5 corpses littered across the area. They had people, 2 of them were beheaded, 1 was shot, the other one was, you know, and so, exactly. So a lot of people in that area had to be indoors and protect themselves from this cult clash. So I really do not understand what is happening in that area.
So there are shanties around that area, and there's rumor that the foreigners who live in those shanties are members of these cult groups, and they're the ones clashing. Of course, you know the way the government treats shanties. Before you know it now, there will be a clampdown on those people. I think there are community leaders who can do so much to reduce and call their people to order. Also, the police should help and protect other people.
We should link that to the story of the girl that was shot dead. Can we link that up?
That happened.
I wanted to take that separately.
I can't find that anywhere, but go ahead. Just
so in the Trinity area in Adegunle, this poor innocent girl and her boyfriend were coming from a club and they were stopped by a police truck. The boyfriend wasn't so sure about whether they were police officers or they were kidnappers. So he moved on and they followed them to the entrance of the girl's house. Shot at her. This is an unarmed girl. There's no reason to suspect her for any crime or maybe, you know. And they shot at her, killed her immediately. And the boyfriend, they shot at him. He's still in coma. And the police officers, God bless you, the DPO of that police station, immediately reined in all the police officers except for one Ojo who escaped, and his picture is out now. He's wanted by the police officer. The commissioner for police in Lagos State, Muazu, I don't know where you came from, but God bless you. I think we should start to do some kind of award for diligent police officers who carry out their duties diligently, so that they would in turn encourage police officers to do the proper thing.
We're happy that work is being done, but I get people want to see the end, though.
Yes.
You want to see, are they being put in prison? Are they being sentenced to
It has to be a
death?
process.
Exactly
So it's not like the police officer commissioner will bring them out and we will have the opportunity to shoot them ourselves.
Of course.
But of course, these people are already, the police officer, the commissioner is saying already that this is a clear murder case. Their rifles have already been taken away. This man knew better. That's why, and they will be facing a direct murder charge.
But it's taking a lot more than that.
Aside from that, prevention. So how do we prevent this?
Exactly.
Why will people stop when a harmed person, you're armed, no uniform on and no form of identification on, and you stop me on the road? You are a robber. You are a thief.
And they chase them.
That's the idea.
Yes.
So, and this has happened countless times where you will not wear any uniform, no identification. You just hold a gun and you stop me. So the police need to create within themselves a system where an unharmed person, I mean, someone without uniform, someone in mufti, unidentifiable person wouldn't stop. He's not allowed to stop people on the road. So but I want to talk about the Zamfara killing, Murayo, because the leaders in Zamfara, the emir within those areas, is saying that, his name is Hassan, he said that the strikes carried out by the Air Force agency did not land on the culprits. It didn't land on the people that they said they were going to kill. The people that were killed are innocent civilians, and that they are gathering the names of these innocent people. Because we read on Friday that the National Air Force is saying that we've attacked these places, we've killed these people, the bandits are dead. And this man is saying that the bandits are not dead. And he's saying for a fact that all the community leaders are gathering the names of civilians that have been killed, innocent people. So can we get the target right so as to avoid killing?
I really want to take the question, but I can't take it anymore. Let's move on to the Nigerian Tribune. 5 years on, like Jonathan Buhari failed missing Chibok girls, says parents. 3 dead, 3 killed actually, 1 beheaded in Ajah cult clash. No plan to remove fuel suspect. I think we're taking all the stories here. Let's move on now.
The Air Force guy who died.
Is that not what the one he just took? Well, Air Force loses airman in parachuting accident in Kaduna. Go ahead, please.
They were just having one of their normal exercises, and that's the Nigerian Air Force, and then they lost one of them, who his name is Ibikunle Daramola. So it's just...
Yeah, pretty sad. Okay, let's move on to the New Telegraph. Fuel crisis bites harder. Power policemen shot lovers in the stomach and head. Okay, we talked about that. Picture here of the Chibok girls. The names on the desks. 20 parents of Chibok girls have died of trauma in the last 5 years.
Really sad.
Dangote refinery to absorb 2,000 engineers. Don't undermine judiciary, Onai Yekan tells Buhari. And outgoing governors battle for relevance. So
let's talk about the Chibok girls. Yes. So it's 5 years. They were taken April 14, 2014. And it marks 5 years this over the weekend. Yes, and I want to join the Tribune to say that the president, even though he has been able to bring back, with an arrangement with the Swiss government, has been able to bring back some of the girls, has seemed to have failed the people for calling for the return of these girls, and the young lady in the Dapchi abductions as well, Leah Sharibu. Because according to the reports all over the newspapers, it seems that, every effort to return these girls have stopped. Even the hashtag bring back our girls is not as forceful as it was when they were initially kidnapped.
5 years.
It's almost like we're accepting
that
fate, or we're accepting the situation. So I would love that, proper things are done to upturn. The president also said in the paper that he will do everything, he's still on it, he will do everything to bring back these girls. This is another 4-year term, and we would like to see
linking that to another story. The Northern Elders Forum had their meeting in Zaria, and Professor Ango Abdullahi, that is the chairman of the Nigerian Northern Elders Forum, said that the crisis in the north is fueled by irresponsibility of governance, that the leaders are not doing what they're meant to do. And he called on the presidency that he's expecting President Muhammadu Buhari to demonstrate a higher level of concern and sensitivity to the plight of traumatized citizens, especially in Zamfara, Katsina, Kaduna, Benue, Niger, Plateau, and Taraba states. And that they've been trying to get the reaction of the president, but it hasn't been working. So I am happy that we're having all the elders. They are seeing that it's not one-sided. Every one of them coming together, the state governors, emirs, speaking against the issues within the northern region as something governance can solve. We need to see more leadership.
A quick correction, please. The corporal who died is Michak Ili Yakomo in the Nigerian Air Force.
I want to take the story about the pensions, because PENCOM barred PFAs from investing in bonds issued by 9 states. The reason is I wanted to mention this story because there are lots of parents, people who die without collecting their pensions. And it's important to know that there are certain states, I think there are about 7 states, that are yet to have the contributory pension scheme. Let me mention the states. We have Katsina, Bauchi, Borno, Benue, Kwara, Plateau, Cross River, and Akwa Ibom. In some of those states, they've drafted the bill. In other states, been in the House of Assembly, but it's yet to be signed. And it's important for them to sign so that the pensioners in those states can be able to collect their pension. They are still using the old scheme of, I think it's the DBS scheme. That's old. That's where
the government is having to pay them.
People having to pay them, and they fail to pay
but the contributory one means that you're adding your own money. It's held by a trust. PENCOM is holding it in trust. So whether the government changes or they don't have funds, you still get your money.
And then government should do regulation on the pension fund managers. There are issues of pension fund managers also being corrupt and holding back people.
So quick one, PDP is saying that the APC is trying to distract the issues that they've raised concerning the elections that was, according to them, rigged, and that the issue of Atiku not being a Nigerian and being a Cameroonian is strictly a distraction, and that people should not focus on that and focus on the real issues of
he's a Nigerian.
When we come back, we continue. So stay with us. We'll be right back.
Stay tuned. Your View will be right back. Welcome back to Your View.
Thanks for staying with us. So today we'll be having two interviews, one with a special guest who is a National Assembly lawmaker. We'll talk about it later. And now we're talking about, we're having actually an interview with, I had an interview with Sir Kasintin Adebutu, the founder and chairman, Premier Lotto Nigeria Limited, and also known as Baba Ijebu. So these two interviews, one with Baba Ijebu now with me, and then later with the lawmaker. We're going to be learning from these two gentlemen. But I had that special interview with the chairman of Premier Lotto. You want to watch this? Welcome to Your View with Murayo. I have with me Sir Kasintin Adebutu. He's the chairman of Premier Lotto and the founder of the Kasintin Adebutu Foundation. Welcome, sir, to the show.
Thank you.
So good to have you on this segment. I was at your office last week and I saw the gamut of crowd waiting to see you. Mm-hmm. And I was bewildered, like, what is going on here?
I see them and I'm used to it.
And you waited till the end of the day?
Yes.
Wow. Yes. Goodness. Well, we know you as the Ashoju Oba of Lagos.
Yes.
How did you come about that title?
It's an honor bestowed on me by the Kabisi, Oba Kulu, the Oba of Lagos.
Right. And what does that show?
And for your information,
yes,
even though I have several titles, chieftaincy titles, I've never asked for one by myself. So it's always given to me honorarily.
Fantastic. Let's talk about your business.
Yes.
Premier Lotto started 2001, and in less than 2 decades, your net worth is about $500 million, according to Wikipedia. And people would say this is money from the masses, people who are. Do you feel that your business is a sort of exploitation of the poor, or a way to help the poor aspire to be rich? Is that what would you say your business has done to the people?
I've made it quite clear many times. My business is the stock exchange of the ordinary man.
Right.
So
that's a good one. Stock exchange of the ordinary man.
Ordinary man, yes.
So this stock exchange of the ordinary man, could you explain it to somebody out there who has no idea what the business is like? From the moment I buy a ticket to the moment I win, could you just run us through very quickly that process?
You buy your ticket, and by so doing, it gives you hope.
You gamble.
I won't call it gambling.
Okay.
It's gaming.
Gaming. Okay.
Yeah. So it gives you hope.
Right.
And believe me, because of this, because people now have hope, it has taken a lot of people out of the streets.
Yes.
A lot of people from committing this type of crime or that, because now they have a hope.
I know some people have actually made money from this.
Yes.
I mean, they've been selling tickets and they're doing so well. And I wonder how this money actually trickles down. People always assume that the money doesn't trickle down to the man. And please help correct that impression. People actually do get money, get rich from this gambling.
Yes, they do.
From this.
You see, our role is like that of the Yoruba language, alajo,
Yes.
you know. So we do the collection and we distribute the money to lucky ones.
Exactly, the lucky ones.
Yes.
The National Lottery Regulatory Commission was founded 2005. That's 4 years after you started.
Yes.
Now you have a whole 4 years without being regulated, without any sort of oversight from the federal government. Could you tell us about that first 4 years? How was it? Was it that you just you on your own?
I will not say there was no regulation within that period.
Okay.
For your information, every state we operate, we obtain a license from that state government, even though there's a national license.
Okay.
So in other words, before the national license, the state licenses were in operation. So you cannot say that during that period there was no regulation.
Okay.
Yes.
Good to know that you've heard that point. Now, many countries also have told us that in the early days,
Yes.
many countries owned, the governments actually owned the lottery institutions
Yes.
and sublet it to other private companies.
Yes.
But in this part of the world, private companies own it and give a portion to the government. Do you feel if we really want true infrastructural development in this part of the world, we should begin to think, government should begin to think of owning lottery schemes?
If I can say my mind,
Yes.
I don't see government doing well in any business. And you can look at it by yourself. So, and if you look back, several states, they operated lottery. But today, you cannot find one in existence. Imagine the old Western government lottery, Bendel State Lottery, Eastern State Government Lottery. Where are they today? I don't believe government can run business, and lottery in particular.
Okay, still on the business of government, Mr. Fowler, FIRS, was saying, I think a couple of days ago, that they're going to begin to automatically deduct VAT from winnings.
But it's unfortunate that when these sort of things are coming up, the stakeholders, they're not carried along. For your information, all my life, most of my life, I've been gaming. So I am an authority in gaming.
Yes.
You see, now government wants to collect VAT on winnings. But let me ask you a question. Here's somebody who stakes, let's say 100,000, and he wins 50,000. Now you want to collect VAT on that. In my mind, that is not fair to the staker, to the player. I think what government should do is to take VAT on actual winning, something above your stake. You understand?
Right.
So if you put 100 naira, you win 50 naira, and you are going to pay VAT again, you are a loser both ways.
Right. Right.
But if it can be worked out, I think it would be ideal to have VAT on winnings. That is, whatever is above the stake of players.
Do the rich get involved in betting?
Yes, but they do it secretly.
Secretly?
Yes.
Wow. How does the rich bet?
Now, you can now bet with your phone. So the airlines, they prefer that because they don't have to go to the betting office.
Right.
Yes.
Interesting. When did that start?
For a while.
Okay.
Yes.
Nice. Interesting. Okay, we're going to go on a break now. When we come back, our guest is still here with us. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Stay tuned. Your View will be right back. Welcome back to Your View.
Sir Adebutu, you're probably known as Baba Jebu. people are just used to calling you that. How did the name come about? And of course, you're from Ijebu, we know that, but do they call you Baba Ijebu in your side of town too?
Actually, I don't know how the name comes by. And for your information today, people call me Baba Ijebu even more than my ordinary name.
Oh, wow.
It's a name given to me by the public.
So Baba Ijebu, last week when we saw you, you said we should allow you to rest, that you want to enjoy your money.
Oh,
How
yes.
do you enjoy your money? How? What do you do to enjoy your money?
I like holiday.
Ah.
I like holiday.
What kind of countries have you been to?
Oh, I've gone to places. I'm traveling on Friday, coming back in May.
Okay.
July, I'm going for the long one. I'm going on cruise.
On a cruise?
Yeah.
Wow. What country are you going to? Which
The
country?
Caribbean.
Ah, the Caribbean. Nice. Do you go alone or go with your
With my
wife?
family.
With your family.
Yeah.
Talking about your family, how many wives do you go? We hear that you have multiple wives. How many wives do you have?
Who told you that?
We hear that you have multiple wives. How
Who
many do
told
you have?
you?
Officially, how many do you have?
Who told you that?
We're online.
Online?
Yes.
Oh my God.
So, like, officially though, how many wives do you have?
2.
2. Okay, that's fair enough for a man as wealthy as you are.
Yeah.
And how do you? My father had 2 wives too,
Yeah.
and he was able to manage it Monday to
yeah.
Friday, to Monday to
It's not
Thursday.
easy to manage
Yes.
a polygamous home.
Exactly.
but-
So how do
but-
you manage it?
Well, by God's grace, no partiality,
Right.
you know, and the junior must respect the senior.
Okay.
I think it depends on the man.
Right. Okay.
So if you play your card well,
Yes.
there'll be peace in the home.
So let me ask you a straight question. Do you have a will?
Of course, yes.
Okay, good. So at least there won't be issues.
Apart from that, I've done something which is more than will.
What have you done?
What I have, I've already given out over 95% in my lifetime.
Oh, wow.
And ownership has changed.
Fantastic.
So no lawyer can fault that.
Oh, fantastic.
Yes.
Great.
Because even will can be challenged in court. But what you do in your lifetime,
Not the challenge.
especially what has changed ownership in your lifetime, there's no lawyer who can fault that.
So what would you like to be remembered for? What's that thing you want people to say, yes, Papa Jebu this was who he was?
Well, this is what I tell my children every day. I want to be remembered for good name, not money. To me, money is just a means of living. Money can grow, money can come, but good name will remain for life. And that's what I want to be remembered for.
We also know you're a philanthropist. People come to you. I mean, on Tuesday, I was overwhelmed by the amount of people that came. Some people came on their wheelchair. Some people came with hospital records. People just coming to you for help all the time. How do you sift through these numbers to know the ones who are genuine and help them out?
We do our best to sort out what is genuine and what is more. We make our payment to hospital, to school directly.
Okay.
So that's a sort of means of
Right.
checking all this. Yes.
We also observed
Yes.
that there may be a strain between your relationship with the former
Yes.
president, Obasanjo,
Yes.
because of the fallout between your daughter and his son. Is that true? Has it affected your relationship?
For your information, the relationship between former President Obasanjo and myself has been in existence before our children, before they meet themselves.
Okay.
So the relationship between our children has nothing to do with our personal relationship.
So take it that you're still friends with him.
Oh, we interact, we talk every time. He visits me, I visit him, so the relationship is good.
Fantastic.
Yes.
A lot of people want to know how you have 2 sons that we know, Olusegun and Ladi, that are doing so well. People want to know how you raised them. What are those tips you can give parents today in raising children who are responsible, who are doing great things, who are taking after you? What tips can you give some parents out there?
Let me correct the impression that I have two sons doing well. I have to thank God for His mercies on me. All my children are doing well. I'm doctor, I'm lawyer, I'm magistrate. They're all doing well.
Wow.
So that's no exception now.
Okay. So how did you do it?
I empower them because I believe that it is better to teach somebody how to fish than to give him fish. I empower all my children, and I'm happy about that progress.
When you say empower, because when you say empower, because this is a very important issue. Many parents, especially those who are wealthy,
yes,
end up spoiling their children such that even after they pass on,
yes,
many of them squander the wealth and
yes,
it becomes nothing.
Yes.
So when you say you empower your children, I want you to help us understand what you did to make them such that they're responsible, they're magistrates, they're doctors, they're lawyers,
yes,
where that today they're responsible citizens and they contribute their own quota.
Yes.
Help us. What did you do? Did you discipline them? Did you spank them? Did you throw money at them? Did they go for cruises as children? Did you say, oh no cruise for you until you were 18? What are those little things you did that made them?
Okay, I'll just give one example. My male children, they're all working. We're all working together. Okay. I won't use the language they're working for me. Okay. And before we started, I called them. And unlike my friends who will give their son, car, house, they put them on salary, I said to them, don't work for me. Let's work together. How do we share profit? That's what we operate up to today. They're not working for me. We're working together.
And your daughters?
And the daughters, it's difficult to carry them along because they have to stay with their husband. Okay. I believe I don't have too much hold on the daughters because, you know, they have to live their own life. But even then, I empower them to do one thing or the other. My first daughter is building a medical center at Lekki. Number 2 has got a spa at Lekki also, and so on and so on. So that is what I do.
Let's talk about politics for a second. People assume that because of your wealth and your influence, you will go into politics. But someone said, oh no, he likes to support politicians. Help us clarify, which is it? And if you support politicians, who do you support? And how do we get
for
to
your
support?
Information?
Yes.
Politics, never. But I am father of politicians. My house here is like a Mecca. Politicians from left, right, front, back, they all come here. And I welcome all of them. Fantastic. I'm not a politician.
Fantastic.
Yes.
Talking about your house, I have to ask you, who designed this beautiful house? When I entered, I was like, oh my goodness, this is beautiful. Someone was saying it has to be Julius Berger, but who designed this house?
I will tell you a true story. Will you believe it?
No, well, tell us.
It is designed by a Nigerian living in Dublin.
Oh my goodness. Wow.
He's an architect. The wife is an architect. When he was about to design the house, he came to me in London from Dublin. And he said, Daddy, I'm going to give you one of the most beautiful houses in the world. That's the language he used. Whether it is correct or not, I don't know.
Oh, it is beautiful.
Thank you very much.
Once you entered, there was that sense, that's homeliness, exotic, but yet homely. Very beautiful house.
Thank you.
So, your son, Laddie,
yes,
got into politics and he lost out.
Yes.
Did you encourage him or did you say, you know what, drop politics, do something else?
I've made several attempts to make him drop politics. But every time he told me, I have politics in my blood. So I cannot stop him.
Wow. Where did he get that from? You're not a politician. Your wives are not politicians. Where's the politics in his blood coming from?
But don't forget, I told you earlier on, I have doctor, I have lawyer, I have magistrate, I have this, I have that, I have farmer. So,
Right. Okay.
all of them cannot sleep
Yeah.
and face one side.
side.
Yes.
We have to round up our conversation, but I'd like you to share advice to people out there. I know you get this question a lot of times, but it's important that we get information from people like you who have been successful on that path to success. A lot of people just want to get rich quick, you know. So as a father to politicians and to Nigerians at large, what do we do, especially with the way the young people are going today? What do we do to ensure?
You have just used my language. Children of these days, they're too much in a hurry. They do not want to crawl before they walk. There was a time when I collect my salary, it is used to pay the debt of previous month. And that same first day of the month, we start again taking credit. But children of these days, they're not patient to do that. They're too much in a hurry. So my advice is that people should be patient and should learn to crawl before they walk. That's the problem we have.
Thank you very much, sir.
Yes.
That's all we can take on this segment. Your view continues after the break. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Welcome back to Your View.
Welcome back. So that was my conversation with Sir Kasentin Adebutu. He was a really, really fun guest to be. He was, you know, Agbalagba is 83 years old. He's going to be 83 in 84 in October. He's going to be 84 in October. And it was really hard to get him to have that, you know, cheery. He didn't ginger. He was just taking his time.
No, but he was,
but it was a fantastic
he
interview.
he was cherry.
Yeah, very relaxing.
Yeah, it was.
Very relaxing. I like the fact that he addressed the issue of will and gift to children. So, yeah, you're in a polygamy. Rather than leave them to finally come and do court wahala, settle them, take stock of your take inventory of your entire properties and do the needful.
Right.
Balance it out
I'm happy that for is two things that so surprisingly a lawyer would be the one to hear the court case and the one that was averted. For me, what I heard was raising children, how he raised his children, how he didn't just throw money at them or put them on permanent salary, but got them to be involved in the business. And I heard about how he felt the government should carry stakeholders along.
Right.
You know? He felt that you don't make decisions like that
In
without...
terms of
That
VAT.
was referring because the Fowler, Mr. Tune Fowler, had actually said that they're going to start deducting the VAT from source, from the people who buy the tickets. That means that if you buy a ticket for 100 naira, you get to pay 105 naira per slot. And he's saying, no, you should be on your winnings, not just on your...
So if you win more than you have staked,
Right,
then you
you
can
can
be.
repeat.
But I heard the business part, which is about, I have a major problem with Lotto. I think it's because he said, according to him, that it takes people off the streets. But I've seen a lot of young people staking their lives, selling properties just to play that game. And I didn't really like that fact. But since he's making his business, there's nothing we can do about his business.
People are actually off the streets because there's employment for those that are vending. Many people are doing vending. They are the middle people. They are the subcontractors. Those are actually off the streets.
One of the things I told him was that in other countries, though, the lotteries are owned by the government and they use it to raise funds for infrastructural development. In Nigeria, private people are owning these things and they have access to so much money. And that's why the regulators are trying to get a certain percentage is accrued to the government. But really, shouldn't government
did it and it did not work?
Yes,
the government has no
Nigeria.
business in business. They've not been successful.
the government should consider owning it.
And I like his last
break.
advice, Mariam. You need to end on that again.
Sorry?
Remind people. Patience. You know, you must run, you must crawl before you run. And everybody should take that home.
So let's go on a break. We have another special guest. We have two interviews today. One with Sir Kasentin and Baba Jebu, actually. And the other with a young man who is a new lawmaker at the 9th leadership of the House of Assembly. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Stay tuned. Your View will be right back.
Just staying with us. So the 2019 general elections have come and gone, and newly elected lawmakers, which comprise of the returning members and the first-timers, are positioning themselves for the top leadership positions in the 9th Assembly. Now, joining us on the show is a federal lawmaker, Prince Akeem Adeyemi. Welcome to the show, sir.
Yeah, thank you. Good morning.
So we really wanted to have you earlier because there's so much juice about you. You know, before we get to the 9th Assembly issue, we noticed that you have tribal marks. What's that about? You still have in this
You're asking this?
21st century.
Can I know your name again?
My name is Moraya.
Mariah, you're asking me about
I'm just asking,
identity
like-
of the Yoruba nation?
Okay.
You don't need to ask me that.
Okay.
I'm
Right.
the prince.
All right.
I represent you.
Okay.
Yeah.
So the marks are for because you're a prince. Okay.
It's an identity of Yoruba nation.
Yes.
Yeah, actually, it has been stopped from the palace of Oyo, but it's still there.
Okay, it's good that we know. So that when I see, I won't ask that question again. It's good. Thank you for letting me.
Let me quickly jump on that. Yeah, tribal marks have been banned, but it's still being carried out in certain areas.
Yeah, sure.
But
Did you say it's been banned? By who?
yes, people have been advocating for the removal, and government is saying they're looking into it
Yeah,
seriously. But people still
you
carry
can
out
say
the
it's out of
practices.
vogue. Not banned, it's out of vogue.
not
And
fashionable
the last
anymore.
time it happened, the palace of Oyo was 1976. So, long before
Are you
you...
in support of people calling for it to be removed totally?
Yeah, sure. I mean, a lot of things is going to be obsolete.
Of course.
Definitely. Culture is not static.
Right. Yeah.
Just like human life.
Right.
So it's
Okay,
out of
so
vogue.
is it-
Marks.
Yeah.
The one you have is for the
Let's
police.
move on to the
let's
marks. I don't
bring
because we have very little time.
tribal
Let's move on
money
to the issue of 9% because it's very, very crucial.
Yeah.
Everybody's jostling for the leadership. Everybody wants to become a leader, minority leader. Tell us, because you are a returning lawmaker, so you have information.
Yes.
How is the leadership of the 9th Assembly determined constitutionally? Help us understand.
Constitutionally, the law says, I'm a House of Rep member, the House shall have a speaker.
Yes.
And it shall come from the majority members that dominate the House.
Okay.
So after the emergence of the lead Speaker of the House of Representatives, the majority member will still elect their leader, that is majority leader. The election that will take place on the floor will be carried out by all the members to elect the Speaker and the Deputy Speaker.
Okay.
But the majority member will go and elect their majority leader, majority chief whips,
Right.
deputy majority chief whips.
Okay.
The minority members will elect their minority leader
Leaders.
and minority the chief whips.
Okay.
So that is the formation of the leadership of the House. So in total, the leadership of the House of Representatives will be 6.
Right.
The Speaker, the Deputy Speaker, majority leader, deputy majority leader, and the minority leader.
Okay, all right.
And the chief whips. So that is the leadership of the House.
All right.
Fantastic. So among the 40 lawmakers elect,
40?
That's Lagos.
40, that's state.
that's
states.
federal.
That's Lagos.
Federal, we have 360.
We're talking
Federal is
about
3
Federal
per
House of
state.
Reps.
3 per state.
No, that's Senate.
Okay, that's the Senate, yes. So sorry about
Federal
that.
House of
How, we don't have much women.
Yeah, okay.
So how, is there any plan to, increase the representation and the participation of women?
That is the party matter. I can answer that.
Okay.
The party do the nomination. It's the party that nominated candidate for the election. And it's even the electorate.
Right.
It's the electorate that voted, that votes.
But let me let you come in here.
Follow up to the story, the statement you made concerning internal party arrangement, that its majority party would be the one to decide whoever is going to end up being the Speaker of the National Assembly.
Yeah.
However, we noticed that even within, let me talk about the Senate, because we had a major somebody come out, Ndume, saying that a party cannot impose someone to be the person that will be the leader. I thought that should be entirely internal.
I should
That
think-
at no point should it come into the papers.
Let me comment.
that-
I should think distinguished Senator Udume might have been misquoted. The party nominated Udume. It does not fly as an independent candidate. So if the party say Udume is our candidate in the north, so how come the party does not have a say again, and who will carry on the program of the party? Udume might have been misquoted. I don't think a genuine party member, a high-ranking distinguished senator,
We say
a
he's
high-ranking
independent.
legislator cannot go out
The
and say
idea
that.
is that you cannot, a party leader cannot come and
Not
choose who
A.
will be.
There's not A. There's leadership of the party.
Okay, so should the
Leadership
party
of the
leader
party-
determine who will be the head
Let me
in the
tell you-
National
Yes,
Assembly?
party. She's
Let me
saying.
tell you something. If the party can say, Akeem Adeyemi, I am the candidate of Oyo Federal Constituency, accepted, I clap for the party. My party, the APC. So when it comes to the party to now say, Adeyemi Akeem, we have decided this is what we believe is good for the party at the moment, in the near future, do this. And I come out and say, oh, hey, party, you can't dictate for me. I am just projecting myself to the outside world to see the kind of person I am. It is not good for a man, a party man, an elected person who fly on the party ticket to come out and say something against the party. It's very unfair.
Two things. You said he might have been misquoted.
He might have been
You're
misquoted.
also saying
He did say it.
If he did say it was wrong.
If he did say it, I don't expect.
You don't think he
I
said
don't
it?
think a distinguished senator
We'll
that
say
the
that.
party nominated,
Right.
a party
Would have said that.
sponsored
Okay, point
would have said
taken.
that.
Let's talk about the House rules that are guiding this election.
Yeah.
So there's a House rule for 2015.
Yes.
There's also one for 2011. Ita Enang, the president's advisor on National Assembly Affairs, was saying that the House rules for 2011 will guide the
This
elections
present
for the presiding officers of the House. What's your take on that?
I have no stake. It's a very good thing. If for any association, for any
What's
country,
party
it is clear. On the inauguration of the National Assembly, this National Assembly, there will be an election. Election to nominate. The Senate will elect the Senate President. The House of Rep will elect the House of Representatives Speaker.
Under which rules?
Okay, let me, I'll come to you.
There's a rule that will guide us.
Which one? 2015 is the
2011
most
is the
recent.
one.
Why
When
go
we
back
get
to
to the stage,
2011?
we have a
It was in the
rule.
papers today that they will go back to 2011.
We
actually.
can, don't worry, the National Assembly will decide the rule that will guide them. And by the time before we get there, we know the rules that we operate in.
I'd like to hear your views on the call for fairness, accountability, fairness actually, to consider other regions, especially the southeastern regions, for principal positions in the House of National Assembly. What are your general thoughts on that? Do you agree?
I totally agree.
Okay.
Let me tell you.
So why are we not seeing people pushing for it? We're just seeing little pockets of people talking about it, but a lot of people are not really pushing the
There's a
leadership.
system in place
Okay.
that will automatically be fair to all region.
Okay.
Let me give an example now. The leadership of the House and the generality of the APC members in both the Senate and the House of Representatives has agreed and accepted that the northern part of the country to produce the Senate President. Automatically, the southern part of the country should produce the House of Rep Speaker, balancing. And if the North go to the Northeast or whatever and say, Lawan, for example, in the South, the majority of the House of Representatives from our party are from the southwestern part of Nigeria. Are you getting me? Majority.
So what are the deputy positions?
No, wait. So if the Southwest have the speaker in the person of Femi Gbajabiamila, I've already told you the other leadership position. 5 remaining. Definitely the other 5 zones, the North Central, the Northeast, the Northwest, the South Side, the South, will automatically be involved in decision-making of the House of Representatives under the system.
The Northeast is saying that they provided more votes in this election.
Yes, right.
And so they are clamoring for the same positions that the Southwest is clamoring for, which is one of them, the speakership.
The Northeast are, okay, let me tell you, for a frontline candidate, as just we done last week, we are talking about an respected Mongono from Borno. Say no, in fairness, if the Senate President is coming to the Northeast, we cannot be talking about speakers again. And I seen in him an experience, a robust man, Gbajabiamila. I stepped down, not only on the basis of equity and fairness, I stepped down for a proactive person.
Should any region be claiming that because they contributed a lot to the person that won the election, have a right? Because the state of assembly, the National Assembly is not representing the region, it's representing every individual, the entire country.
Yes.
So, one, I want to ask you, why exactly are we zoning? Are we zoning?
We need to zone. Let me tell you, we need to zone.
Let me land my question.
You asked a question. She asked a question now and said, are we not going to marginalize some zone?
Yes.
If we did not zone, and I say, okay, fine, let's go to voting. Are you telling me that we should take over the minority role again and say, okay, minority leader? Because if you go to voting, the APC member can vote and say they want to become the majority leader as well as the minority leader. It's not done. No. So it is, and again, are you telling me that I should come out and say, okay, if Gbajabiamila become the speaker now, I should come out and say I want to become the minority chief whip again?
My question is that, one, should we zone? One, The idea of zoning is to provide equitable sharing.
Yes.
Right. So when we have the presidency from the north,
yes,
we have the vice president
from the south.
The area not covered, which you are not mentioning, south is not one area. Because you keep saying south like it's one. South contains the south,
I know.
southeast, and then the west.
Yes.
Southwest. So you can't just say south like south is one region.
No, wait.
It's not one region.
Because there's no 3 vice presidents and there's no 3 presidents. Definitely, if you say president from the north, it comes from either north central, northeast, or northwest. 1. If you take vice president to come from the south, we don't have 3 vice presidents. 1. So the vice president comes from the south.
So at the end of the day, the 4 major positions will be covered by non-Eastern people.
No, it's not like
there
that.
will be nobody covered there.
No.
That's what I want clarity.
Let me tell you.
There are 4 positions.
Let me tell you one thing. Currently, the deputy senate president is from the south.
Yes.
East. Are you getting me?
Yes.
Currently,
Yes,
the deputy senate
And he
president.
fought his way there.
No, whatever. Let me tell you, it's not that he fought his way there.
no, but
Even if, whether he fought his way there or not, the current deputy senate
understand that very
president
clearly.
is from the southeast. So are they marginalized?
No, we're asking for the ninth assembly. So listen,
Let me tell you one thing.
I'll come to you, Nima. I don't want to put you in a box.
Yes.
But all I want you to understand.
I can't ever be in a box.
Okay, so the point is what you said so far.
Yeah.
The Senate presidency is northeast.
Yes.
The south, the National Assembly speakership is southwest. Each of them have deputy positions.
Yes.
We're asking you now on the table, these deputy positions, will the southwest, the southeast, or
getting
south
any of
be
them?
considered for any of those positions?
Thank you very much. I've already answered your question before
Okay,
that.
please answer it again.
You are looking at Senate, the Speaker, Deputy Speaker.
Yes.
I told you we have 6.
Yeah.
Okay.
The 6 leadership in the House will be occupied by all geopolitical zones.
Next, Nima.
So let's just assume, because my direct question was to be what's the party's position?
Yes, the party has already said the 6 leadership position will be occupied by the 6 geopolitical zones. So my brothers in the South know they are going to be part of the leadership. My brothers in the Northeast, Northwest, South, every region. Southeast will be part of this.
Okay. What's the president's? Let's talk about the president's influence in how the elections go and the outcome of the elections. How is he playing that role? Is he doing anything exactly?
Thank you very much. The president remains the leader of the party, leader of government. A president will always want a National Assembly that will see his program.
He didn't do it before.
Wait. That will see his program of progress, development of the nation, and work aligned. Not necessarily in the rubber stamp legislature, no. Are you getting me? But when the president has a vision, a National Assembly that will not play politics with the lives of the Nigerian nation.
They did that the last time. Why don't want to say that?
No. A National Assembly that will not play politics.
Okay, I have to go on a break, but I want you to address something. What are the lessons learned? Because you're in the previous.
Yes, yes.
So we understand the issues and difficulties the president had. So when we come back, we'll ask you the lessons learned going forward. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Stay tuned. Your View will be right back. Welcome back to Your View.
Thanks for staying with us. So, Obi actually asked questions concerning women, and I wanted to also ask that question again.
Yeah.
The women amongst you.
Yes.
Is it that you always totally relegate them to the background?
No.
Why is it that it's always men we see having this? No. Do you involve the women amongst you?
Distinguished honorable members for me, and that's what expected that women led. Okay, I'm a committee of aviation.
Okay.
The chairman of the committee is a woman.
Okay.
And she tried very well. When we came in, Port Harcourt Airport was the worst in the world. As aviation committee members, we collaborated very well with the federal government. Today, Buhari administration has given us a new Port Harcourt Airport, one of the best in Africa now, from the worst. Look at what we gave. The women, as a chairman of the committee, we gave the federal government say, so time, the runway in the Abuja airport will be done. A day before it was completed. They moved all the airline to Kaduna.
So the committee that women chaired,
you see, no.
How many committees are
another
women
committee, Foreign Affairs Committee, it's a woman.
Yes, very vocal.
Even the Senate Committee on Foreign Affairs, a woman, my senator. So you see, we have given you a fair share.
Now we are getting into the 9th Assembly.
Yes.
What are the lessons we are taking out of the 8th Assembly? What are some of the mistakes that we will want to repeat in the 9th Assembly that will guide the administration?
In the 9th Assembly, majority of the APC members and the federal government and the party are looking at somebody to head the House of Representatives, Femi Akim Gbajabiamila. You see, when we talk about
this personality, wait.
A politician to the core.
Let's talk about personality.
Let's
talk about the personality Femi Gbajabiamila. Some people have criticized Femi Gbajabiamila as being too compromising. He's always had the ambition to become speaker, but he's always
he has
stepping down.
never lost the ambition of becoming the speaker. This is a man that has been the leader of the AD caucus.
He contested.
He's
with
a man
Bugara.
that has been the minority chief whips. He's a man that has been the minority leader. He's a man that has been the majority leader. He has heard all the very... Let me tell you about competency. Wait, excuse me. Let me talk about competency. This is a man, at the end of the second tenure alone, he has sponsored the highest bill. The fundamental responsibility of a legislator, excuse me, the fundamental responsibility of a legislator is bills that will move the lives of the nation. And at the second tenure of this man, he has the highest number of bills.
So why do I sense that you're going to get a position
let
in the House?
let me tell you, this is a man that as an opposition leader, are you getting me? He was the only, the first and the only legislator that rose on the floor to sponsor.
It looks like you're looking for a juicy committee. Because you want a juicy committee, you're now
need to let the viewers enjoy this point.
No, they can Google it.
Let me make my point. Somebody who was an opposition member and leader, he was the first and the only legislator that was on the floor of the National Assembly and sponsored the invocation of doctrine of necessity to make Jonathan the president. He's a nationalist. He does not allow party
I get your point.
This is a man
who
play a leading role.
We get your point.
A third-time agenda of somebody who wants to perpetuate himself in power. He's a nationalist.
Point taken.
I understand.
See?
But let me explain something. I'm still talking about him, sir.
When the party sees in you a bridge builder, when the party sees in you a man acceptable throughout the nation, when the party sees in you an internationally recognized legislator.
We know that you get a juicy committee, obviously. After this praise, let me come to the point.
If you don't get a committee to head up.
Oh no, trust me, you get a juicy committee.
By the time a Gbajabiamila finished as a speaker, God grace, Nigerians, students, will be able to study who he is.
But for him to get it now, they've made it open. They've made it open that they've made it open that APC can talk to PDP people in order to get that quorum, get that concession, working together. And that has been the issue because he had the same platform. How can he, as a person, work with other parties to make it work? How can Lawan also work with other people to make it work?
The slogan of Gbajabiamila's speakership is joint task. Already, Gbajabiamila is no longer going to be a majority leader. He's the one to head all the whole house. So Gbajabiamila has friends in PDP, in ADP.
That's good for him. And that should be good for us too as a nation. This is a joint task. Don't you know something? There's something I want to understand about.
I have a call, sir. I have a call.
Okay.
Thanks, Jacob. Are you there?
Yeah, Mariam.
Go ahead, please.
Yeah, good morning, and then good morning to the Honorable in the studio.
Good morning, my brother.
Mario, two things. One is question to the Honorable in the studio.
Yeah.
We are talking about women in politics and then women in National Assembly and the House of, Senate. And then we have a little woman representative this time around. The question now is this. Honorable, are you ready to push a bill whereby it will make it mandatory for all political parties to give 30% affirmative to women, to make it mandatory for them? Instead, 7 representatives to the National Assembly in every state, they should make it mandatory that at least 3, each state should be a woman. Are you ready to push that bill?
All right, thank you very much, Jacob.
Thank you very much, Jacob. You see, if a party A fulfilled this righteousness and a party B did not.
No, but if it's a law.
Wait, let me tell you. Or, okay, let's say in your state now we have 14 as of rep seat. Or your APC say, okay, I gave 3 to the women. Your party, maybe you gave 3 to. But the constituency you gave the women to, the electorate preferred the men in your constituency and they voted against the women of your party. So what's going on? It's not actually the problem of the party per se. It's the electorate. It's you women. You need to go and convince the electorate that you are not going to be doing I'm there all the time. You are really going for a business. I'm sorry. You are really going to work.
Exception to that.
You see, no. It's just it is not me to campaign for you. It is you to go and convince the electorate and sell your. I'm telling. Okay, look at a woman from your state now.
unfortunately,
Sadiq,
sir.
he defeated men.
Sir. Yeah.
When my senator contested, he defeated men. So is it me that is the only me that voted for you?
You have to come out and
She
work.
projected
Thank you
herself
very
to the
much,
electorate
sir.
and she was accepted.
Thank you very much, sir. And honestly, a lot of people don't know this. His father is actually the Alafi of Oyo State, and his brother competed against him on PDP. There's a lot about you we'd like to really talk about. Unfortunately, we're out of time. So we'll bring you back
Because
to
you
talk
were talking
about
about Gambia.
Yeah,
No,
seriously,
because this National Assembly is so focused to have leadership of the National Assembly that
I'm sure they are proud of
that will support the
But
president to execute.
Jabir Amila is proud of you.
No.
That's why we can
The
take
most
have a
experienced,
Father's Day.
the
We'll see you
most
tomorrow.
experienced,
Bye-bye.
the most experienced.